Mutine, adjective. Used to describe an individual whose spirit is unyielding, unconstrained, one who navigates life on their own terms, effortlessly. They do not always show up on time, but when they arrive, you notice an individual confident in their contradictions. They know the rules, but behave as if they do not exist. Mutine, the new fragrance by Miu Miu, defined by you.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
The dog was bleeding. I ran down the block. It's 3 blocks away. I ran down with my dog. I called Lisa up. I said, Lisa, what happened to my dog? Lisa stated that she gave the dog cat food and it was eating duck feces. It's on the paper.
This is the plaintiff, Lisa Borey. She says she and the defendant have known one another for 3 years. And when her dog became ill and needed emergency vet care, she stepped in to save the day. Now, she can't get the defendant to pay her back the $1,886.95 she loaned her to save her dog's life. Well, friend or no friend, she's suing here and now. This is the defendant, Helen Sarno. She says the plaintiff watched her dog, Norman, while she was on a trip, and when she returned, Norman was hemorrhaging, had liver failure, and wanted a cardiac arrest. When he was rushed to the hospital, the plaintiff paid for everything because Norman got sick while in her care. Now she wants to be paid back? Ha! She's accused of fouling up a friendship. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,383.52 for a blood-soaked carpet and additional vet fees.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn.
Thank you, Douglas. Lisa Borey?
Yes.
All right. You are suing Helen Sarno?
Yes.
Your former friend for $1,886.95 in an animal hospital bill that you paid for her pet that you had been pet sitting. You have a counterclaim against her for $2,383.52 because your carpet was damaged, because you paid vet bills, and $1,200 in special dog food. All right, what's going on?
Well, Your Honor.
Are you twins?
Yes. Yes.
We certainly embrace your twinness, too. You're like still kind of mirror imaging. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. The defendant and I were friends, and I have dog sat for her many, many times in the friendship that we had over 3 years. In this past June, she went up to New York, and I watched her dog for her. For a whole week, he was fine.
What kind of dog is this?
It's a little Yorkie. I have pictures of him, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I have pictures of my apartment so you can see where he stays.
So for the whole week, the dog was fine?
The dog was fine. Never an issue, never a problem. She picked him up on June 17th. And that was it until the next day when this whole issue started.
And what was the issue that started?
The issue was, as far as I know, that the dog was bleeding from his rectum and he was throwing up.
Okay.
And she called my sister and myself during the day on the 18th to say that he was very sick and she was going to take him to the vet hospital right where she lives. As far as I know, she paid $200 the first visit. I don't know what they did to the dog. I have no idea. Later on that afternoon, she called my sister and asked my sister to go over because I was at work. My sister took the call and she felt bad, so she went over to Miss Sarno's house. And to be honest with you, I never saw the dog. My sister is my witness as to what happened from that point on.
Okay, come on up. What happened?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I went over to the defendant's house. I looked at the dog. He was very sick. I could tell right away he was very sick. He was also bleeding. So we went back to the first animal hospital that she had took the dog to. And when we went back there, they wanted another $176 to see the dog. So down in Florida, you have to pay up front before they'll even treat the dog.
Who paid the first vet bill?
She did.
Okay, so go on.
Okay. She did not have $175. She didn't have any money on her. So I, as a good friend and in good faith, put it on my credit card, which I have the two bills right here. And they worked. I don't know what they did actually with the dog.
What did you tell them had happened with the dog?
We didn't. She said something.
But she wasn't with the dog. What's
she
going
was.
on? What, you take the dog, you pick up your dog, and your dog is very sick.
I picked up my
dog. Do you
dog.
call her and say, was there anything happening there? What happens?
The dog was bleeding. I ran down the block. It's 3 blocks away. I ran down with my dog. I called Lisa up. I said, Lisa, what happened to my dog? Lisa stated that she gave the dog cat food and it was eating duck feces. It's on the paper.
On what paper?
On the doctor's papers.
Let me see the doctor's papers.
Okay, first.
No way.
This one, this is what she stated to the doctor. This is what I stated to the doctor when I walked in. So I was first, and then she came in later on after work.
All right. Fed Norman cat food with his dog food all week to get him to eat. Where did you get that from?
From Lisa.
Did you give the dog cat food in order to get the dog to eat because it wouldn't eat?
Your Honor, I have 2 cats, and she knows that I have 2 cats.
Right, that's not my answer to my question. My question is, did you give the dog a little bit of cat food?
I gave it a little bit of cat food. However,
on purpose, in order to get the dog to eat because the dog wasn't eating?
Right, when she first came, he wasn't eating. I put out the dog food in the bowl, full of dog food. I sprinkled a little bit of the nuggets, maybe 5, into his food so he would eat the food. And then he started eating the dog food. And that was it.
When did he start vomiting?
When he was with her, not with me.
How many days did you have the dog?
I had the dog about 7 days. There was nothing wrong with the dog.
So it's 7 days of the dog eating a little bit of cat food?
No. Just like 2 days, that was it. And then he started eating the dog food. The dog didn't get sick, Your Honor, when he was with me. It was after she took the dog
Well, no, the dog shows symptoms when she picks him up. She picks him up from you on what day?
The 17th.
Okay, and what day do you take the dog to the first vet where you have the receipt? Let me see the receipt.
18th in the morning.
Right. What she's saying is it's what you did that caused it. I don't know what.
Sister told me.
The doctor said. The sister told you what?
Her sister said that the dog had diarrhea the night before.
No, she did not.
It was Your Honor, the God's honest truth.
Oh yeah.
God's honest truth. They could say what they want.
What did they say was finally wrong with the dog? They just basically treated the diarrhea to get the dog to not
stop bleeding. They took him in the back. They gave him IV, because he was dehydrated. They gave him painkillers because he was in pain. And then they gave me a bunch of medicine. Then I went back home. Lisa's sister came by my house. And I said to her, Lynn, what happened to my dog? She goes, oh, he had the runs last night. It was blood. Listen, I'm talking.
Okay, hey, don't talk to each other. That's enough already. It's not a sporting event. Go on. So then I'm in the hospital a second time. Lynn's on the phone with her sister. Lynn was just as scared as I was. Lisa's at work yelling in the background. You can hear her yelling. Lisa kept calling my hospital saying, I don't want him there. I don't want him there. Take him to Coral Springs Hospital. So I took him to Coral Springs. Me and his sister went. Me and his sister go. Why do you move to Coral Springs?
Well, that's where we live, Your Honor.
I live in Margate.
No, but why did her dog get moved to Coral Springs? That obviously wasn't convenient for her. It was convenient for you. So you did instruct her to move the dog to a different hospital?
It was only like 10 minutes down the road, Your Honor. It wasn't far. It was a hospital because...
But why did you want the dog moved there?
Because, go ahead. Okay, we wanted the dog to be moved there because she was going to bring the dog to another animal hospital, which was farther away at 6 p.m.
But what difference does it make? It's not your dog. So why is it... Like, in other words, you seem to be taking over the...
Because the dog was going to die. The dog was going to die. If we didn't do something right away, and she had no money.
Okay,
the dog was
and I understand that, but having it close or far, I mean, if she has no money, you can just give her money, but that's not what you guys did. You wanted the dog closer to you, like you're acting like people who might feel a little responsibility for the dog. Here's my question. Why do you pay the bill when it's not your dog?
Because she didn't have any money, and in order for them to work on the dog for a second time, I had to...
You pulled out your credit card. That answers this. You pulled out your credit card because she didn't have one. You paid because she didn't have money. My question is, what discussion do you have with her? Can you stop rifling for papers?
I'm sorry.
Okay, what agreement do you have with her about payment?
We said that we would discuss it after the fact because it was a very emotional time. I said we would talk about it afterwards, but...
So when you pay, you never say to her, by the way, I expect you to pay me back.
No, that I didn't say.
When was the first time that you say to her, I expect you to pay us back?
When we all went to the diner after this whole episode happened.
How much after this whole episode and you paying for the dog bill was that? A week, 2 weeks?
No, the same day.
Same day?
The same day.
All right. Okay, according to you, when was the first time that they told you we expect you to pay us for this bill?
August 18th, I have the voicemail.
And that was how much after the
almost 2 months later.
Okay, and that's according to you the very first time they bring up your
Very
payment?
first time, Your Honor.
Did she ever talk to you before suing you and say, hey, I expect you to pay this bill?
Never, Your Honor, never.
Well, I mean, most people would talk to a person before suing them because maybe you'll pay for the bill and they don't have to sue you.
The only thing she talked about was herself, as usual. Always. I went to I'm here nursing my dog and she's telling me, me and my sister went to a car show. You're there and stuff. Then another day she calls me up, we went to the beach. I was like, all right, that's nice. I'm here nursing the dog. I really don't care. She never said anything about the money. Never.
Okay, but before suing you, she probably says something about the money because she wants you to pay her.
No.
Did you have some kind of fight?
No.
Just one day you're surprised by a lawsuit?
Yeah.
Seems inefficient.
Well, my God. That's the way they are. Yeah, they're dramatic. They're the victims.
How much was the bill?
I paid.
Is it just you who paid or you both paid?
Well, we both paid. We both paid.
Okay, how much did you pay?
Okay, this bill is for $1,400 and I believe $25. I have all my receipts here, Your Honor. This is the original bill.
And then what did you pay?
$1,425. $176.35.
So why are you suing for $1,886.95?
Court fees.
All right. And then you have a counterclaim against them for your carpet because you feel the diarrhea is her fault.
Blood. It was blood.
And $1,200 for special dog food. What's that about?
Your Honor, $8 a can for the dog food. $8. I have the receipts.
But why is your dog still on that?
Because his stomach was eaten out. The whole thing was eaten out.
Just by eating cat food? Do you have something from a vet that says that the cat food causes?
Cat food.
That's a different question than whether you have to pay back that.
Oh yeah,
that
no,
bill.
I
There's
understand.
two different things going on. Okay. Everyone seems to be under the impression that all I got to figure is did it happen from the cat food or didn't it? And then all of a sudden you get, reimbursed. That's not how it works. The real question on whether you get reimbursed for the amount you paid is whether this was supposed to be a loan or this was something that you undertook to do. You've got a lot of things against you. You're directing what hospital the dog's to go to. You're kind of taking control. You want the dog near you. And you admit that nobody discussed with her before you paid it that she would have to pay it back. That it was kind of we stepped up to the plate in good faith, which is the kind of thing you do if you think that maybe it did happen at your place. And then there's the conversation with the vets, where obviously somebody's getting a little worried. And I did do a little research before I came out here. And there are many sites, for whatever it's worth, that talk about the richness of cat food not working for the digestion of a dog, that there's some issues about that. But do you have anything that actually says that this is what happened to this dog?
I do have that.
Your Honor.
Just a moment, ma'am.
Okay.
You guys don't mind if I have a chat with the vet, do you?
No.
All rise.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey 11 here. So here's the question. The plaintiff pays the vet bill. Is she acknowledging she did something wrong and thereby is responsible for the vet bill?
No, she's not acknowledging she did anything wrong, but she did assume responsibility by taking care of the dog. And
okay, fair enough. Now, the second question then is, once she pays, when the defendant gets home, is she responsible to pay the plaintiff back?
I would say yes, it's their dog. It's her dog, so yes.
You think that, you agree with that?
Yes.
Because it's her dog?
Yes.
And she benefits?
Yes.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, well, the vet's on vacation.
I'm Irish.
I have a question for you. You're suing for $750 for your carpet.
Right.
Why $750?
That's how much I paid for it.
Do you have pictures of it?
I didn't know I was getting sued.
So you had a bloody carpet
everything was fine.
and you felt it was their fault, but you didn't take pictures. All right, and then I need to see how old that carpet is, because your measure of damage in a courtroom is not going to be, hey, I get a new carpet, bonanza for me.
No.
It's going to be, what's the value of the item that got ruined? First, you have to prove it was ruined. Then you have to prove the value of the item ruined, which you have neither.
No, I don't.
Okay. Now let's talk about the special dog food.
Right.
You're asking for $1,200, and your proof is a piece of paper that says Hill's Royal Cabin Tom's Sensitive Stomach Formula. That's it.
Right.
Not that it's medically necessary. And then someone has written in an ink, better for pet to be on food.
Right, because
how are you going to use that to have me force them to pay? And how do you come up with $1,256?
It's 3.5 cans a week, right?
For how long?
For a year.
Even with the ink that's been added on here, it doesn't say a year.
But I tell you, when I went there and I showed him my receipt, I says, well, the judge ain't gonna have ESB.
Right. This vet bill is in July. What's the $185 for? It has things like Benadryl.
Right, but it has no protein.
And then it says give half a tablet 1 hour before grooming.
Oh, that's the Benadryl, because if I wanted to get him groomed, he was
okay.
all
Do you
nervous.
have the actual receipt? Because this is a photocopy and something is in pen added on. I need the original receipt for this, because this is making me nervous.
I hear you.
It's not good to have your judge nervous.
I hear you. I honestly, Your Honor, I really don't think I have it.
Okay.
Because
what we do have then is $192.52 of the original June 18th bill.
Right.
Okay. So here we are. We have an event happening. We have a possible explanation, because you're telling the vet that you gave the dog a little bit of cat food to get the dog to eat because the dog wasn't eating.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I got to tell you, you're also saying, well, she knows we have cats, so she assumed the risk. That's different. Her dog, accidentally eating the cat food. An answer to that would be she assumed the risk because she knew we had cats. But you feeding the dog cat food, and this was news to me, to be honest with you. My dog could eat a sock, and she'd barely belch. I mean, so I just think that it's kind of dependent on the dog. And I believe you when you say that you've done it before. The problem is that the vet seems to think you shouldn't. So, what am I supposed to do with the vet who's talking about only one possible cause? The only cause that's mentioned is that one. And a dog that got very seriously ill. Now, my job is not to say, hey, it's your dog. In the end, you should pay them back. That's not my job. My job is to figure out what was the agreement between you guys. And the agreement, very candidly, according to your own testimony, is that there was no agreement. That at the time that you're paying for it, you're paying it, quote, in good faith. At the time that you're paying for it, you're acting as though you're worried that what you did caused it. And according to the vet, that's kind of what the vet thinks probably caused it, because it's the only thing he talks about in there. So that's why you pay. And it isn't until later, whether it's later that night at a diner or 2 months later, like you're saying, because one of you guys is lying about that, it isn't until later that the subject comes up of, hey, you got to pay us. But at the time that you undertake the cost, there's no agreement to pay you. And therefore, I am not ordering her to pay you, because I cannot call that a debt she incurred, because that's what you did. You did it string-free. And now you want to attach strings, and you cannot. That's her testimony. You were in the same courtroom I was, right? Because you're exasperated, but you heard her testimony. All right, now let's talk about your lawsuit against her. In your lawsuit against her, you do have to prove that, because you're saying I have all these, I have $2,300 in damages. You have to prove that it's because of the cat food. So what do we have? We have a carpet where you can't prove the value or the damage to the carpet. And I don't even know whether you just felt like changing your carpet. Oh. That's not going to cut it. So that's not proof. We have special dog food. Well, we've already been over the little problems with that little thing. All right? So, yeah, okay. And now, on the vet bills, you handed me a vet bill from a month later that has Benadryl, and I'm not going to order them to pay that, but your vet bill from that day, I am, in fact, going to order them to pay. So on your lawsuit against her, $0. On her lawsuit against you, $192.52. That is my judgment.
Thank you.
So the plaintiffs come out empty-handed here. What's your feeling about how this wound up?
It's just very sad. We tried to do a good thing for a friend and her dog, and we ended up losing it. So at least the dog is alive. That's all I can say.
Okay. Now, would you do the same thing again?
Nope.
Let's say.
No, never.
Why not?
Because she just took advantage of our good nature. We didn't want the dog to die.
Right. So you think you did the right thing?
I did. I saved her dog. That was that.
All right, so that's your satisfaction out of the whole thing, that the dog's
correct.
alive.
Correct.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
you head
you.
right down this way. All right, so step in here. And what's your feeling on this?
Oh, it's a great day. It's a great day.
Don't you appreciate what they tried to do for the dog?
Oh, yeah, I appreciate my dog is alive, but I don't appreciate what she did to my dog in the beginning. And I don't have to ever hear that whining voice ever again. It's a beautiful day.
Harvey?
You know, you can't look at this as universal. If somebody decides to take it on their own to pay money on behalf of somebody else, you can't spring it on the other person. Hey, you're responsible to pay me back. But there has to be a reasonable expectation when you pay that the other person would be assuming that liability. And that would do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Hello, Nigel here. I couldn't help noticing that you're still awake. Now, I'm an owl. I'm supposed to be up at night. But you need your sleep. So if it's your allergy symptoms that are keeping you up, here's a word to the wise. Try Zysol. You see, Zysol works fast to relieve sneezing, runny nose, itchy watery eyes, and itchy nose and throat. And it keeps going strong for 24 hours, so you can get your sleep and wake up refreshed and ready for a productive day ahead. Be wise, all. Take Zysol at night. Use as directed. Starts working in 45 minutes.
Vitamin Water Zero Sugar has great taste, zero BS, and obviously, zero sugar. For those with zero room in their calendar. Zero patience for slow walkers. Those who get 0 hours of sleep on a Saturday night. Have zero filter, zero given, and zero interest in grabbing a plain, boring water. Grab a delicious Vitamin Water Zero Sugar today.
These are the plaintiffs, Tanya and India Wainwright. India says she was at a party the defendant also attended, and he leaned on the hood of her car and dented it. Something awful. She knew her mom was going to flip out when she saw it and told the defendant he was going to have to pay to fix it. Long story short, the guy's ducking her, hasn't paid her a penny, and she's here to collect the $387 he most certainly owes. This is the defendant, Carl Price. He says the plaintiff claimed he made a butt dent on the hood of her car, so he and another friend pushed it out, good as new. 3 months later, the plaintiff tells him she brought her car to the body shop to repaint the car, and she wanted him to pay for a brand new paint job. Ha! He's accused of causing a derriere dent.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant was leaning on her car and dented it. But the defendant says he may have made a butt dent, but he then pushed it out, so it was fine. It's the case of butt out.
Litigant 10 minutes sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Tanya Wainwright?
Yes.
Okay, and Dia Wainwright?
Yes.
You are suing Carl Price?
Yes.
For $387, the amount you say it's going to cost to fix a dent on your car that he put in there. All right, what happened? You were driving it, but it's in your name?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And you were the mom?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's her car.
And it's her car. Okay.
So on a night, I want to say June 18th, and we were out. We was at a party.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay.
And after the party, me and friends, we were all standing outside, and him, and he was leaning on my car.
He was what on your car?
Leaning on my car.
Just how leaning? Like show me at the edge of that
leaning,
table.
I'm sorry, not even leaning, sitting on my car.
Okay.
And
leaning or sitting? Which is it?
Sitting.
Okay, it's a big difference.
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
So you saw him sitting on it?
Yeah.
Like his derriere is about to sit on your car. Come on around here and pretend that's the hood. Is it the hood of the car or?
No, it's the side of the car. So this is the front of the car.
Okay.
And then this is like the side, like, okay, this is your headlight right here.
Yeah.
And then this is the side that he was.
Okay, so what did he do?
This.
Okay, so his feet are on the ground, but his posterior is putting some weight on your car.
Right.
Okay, go ahead and go there. So you see him, he's already sitting down in your car, and what do you say to him?
I don't say anything.
So, but when you saw somebody sitting on your car, it didn't occur to you to say, get off my car?
No.
Okay, that's because you're 18. All right. So you've never been through this before. Go ahead. So what happened?
So then when I was standing like by my car, so when he got up, it was a noise like doom or whatever.
Yeah,
so
right.
Yeah, so that's
I know the noise.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's when I turned and I looked. And then
Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah.
Can I see it? All right. And so what happens when you hear it? He hears it too? I mean, everybody hears it?
Yeah, everybody hears it. And then when we heard it, him and his friends, they tried to get it out by popping like the hood because we tried to push down on it, but it didn't work or whatever. So we was like, okay, maybe it's in the inside. So he did try to pop the hood and try to get it out, but it didn't get out. Like that night, it just didn't get out. We couldn't do anything about it. So then let me tell you the next day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then the next day, like I didn't tell my mom, like I didn't tell her because I'm like, okay, maybe I can get it out. Like if I go
and she'll never know.
Right, yeah, I know.
Okay.
And then, so I went to the body shop and the man, he said it would be $400. And I'm like, okay. Well, Carl, he said that was too much. So I was like, okay, I talked to my mom about it. So then that's when me and her, we went to the body shop and he said the lowest he can go is $387. All right, like that was a big difference, right?
Okay. All right, well, what did you say when she finally came clean?
I mean, I just told her, I said, well, you know, whoever did it is going to have to pay for it. I just bought that car for her for graduation, and I said, you know, whoever did is going to have to pay for it. And so he thought he was doing us a favor by going down that low, because I did tell him the situation, that it was a young person, that there was no insurance, we weren't filing a claim like that and all that, so.
Okay, so when you contact him, and was he apologetic that night?
Not apologetic, but I know that he didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, no.
But he was agreeing that he had paid for it, and he understood that he did it. And I told him that, you know, he didn't have to pay for it, like, right away, $387. So, but me going off to school, because it was in the summertime, so me going off to school in August, I told him he was aware that he would have to be going through my mom, you know, with paying the money.
How'd that work out for you? Not so good, because he didn't pay anything.
Right.
Who did you ever talk to him to say, why aren't you paying? I thought you said you'd pay for this. Anybody ever make contact with him?
Yeah, we have a number of text messages, Your Honor, because I never communicated with him until after she had left. I took the position that, okay, he's a young person. He sounded like a nice young man over the telephone. I just thought, you know, that he was going to go by his word, because he told me that he said, I have something else to pay. After I finish with that, then I can start paying you something. So the verbal agreement was just $75 every other week.
Okay, what's going on? What happened?
So it was after a party. Everybody came outside. Everybody was leaning against the car. I did not sit on the car. If you see how it is, there's no type of way I was able to sit on the car.
Okay, well, you leaned against the car and you made a dent.
Supposedly.
So, can your rear end make a dent that causes damage to a hood?
Yeah, it definitely can, depending on how much you weigh.
Even if you're not like large, can a dent do the damage?
Yeah, I think so.
A 100-pound woman. What do you think?
Yes, because, you know...
400-pound man, what do you think? I'm just kidding. Going inside the courtroom.
I'm sorry, did you not realize when you got up and hear the sound when you got up?
Yes, ma'am, I heard the sound, but there's no type of way my body can do that.
Why not?
I done leaned on my car plenty of times.
Well, then you have a different car than she does. I mean, there is none so blind as he who will not see. If you're leaning on it and when you get up, you hear that is an unmistakable sound, folks, okay? Unmistakable sound of when somebody dents a car with their body. And your immediate reaction was to say, oh, let's see, we can get it out and blah, 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 and you heard the sound. So if not you, then who?
It could have been anybody else. It was plenty of people leaning against the car that night.
What am I going to see in your texts about that? Is that what you say in the texts?
No.
Right, in the text, you were very clear that it was you, right?
Yeah, because she kept on saying it was me.
I mean, it was an accident. I didn't try to do it. And when we looked at last night, it didn't look that noticeable. But if I was you, I wouldn't say nothing to your OG until
her mother, because...
What's OG?
It means mother. It's just short-term slang.
No, wait, I want to know what OG means, because I want to see if I find that in my kid's phone. What does OG really stand for? Go ahead, you know what you tell me.
It stands for mother. That's what the teenagers put instead of putting mom or
But
mother.
what is it?
It's OG.
It stands for like original, like, or guardian.
It stands for old girl.
No.
Old girl.
they got their own meaning. I'll use that as original, but okay.
That's all right. So they put that instead of the word mom, so that if we read it, we won't know? Well, now we know.
But she didn't tell her mother right away because her birthday was coming up. She did not go right to the dent shop the next day.
I definitely understand that, but you still did it. Like if my car was some I won't even repeat what you said. Your car, I wouldn't give 2 blanks. I also won't repeat that. And I looked online to get it fixed. Professional could be $25 to $160. To be honest, that ain't even bad, but I am not trying to... $387 is not unreasonable to fix that. Mom, I know you have things you want to say. You weren't there, though, that night, right?
Not at all.
The OG wasn't there.
Right. Wasn't there.
So go ahead and talk to me.
I didn't find out about it until maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. Carl came in my bedroom and said, India's mother's going to call you. So about 5 minutes later, the phone rang. It was India's mother telling me about the incident. And while she was talking to me, he said, it happened over the summer. I said, well, this is like September. So you telling me about something that happened 3 months ago? I can't imagine he sat on your car and put a dent in. I said, there's been a bunch of kids that didn't sat on my car. They didn't walk on my hood. I didn't go out to any parent.
Wait, stop. You had kids walking on your hood?
I have a great big dent in the hood of my car. I don't know what child
then maybe
did
you should have gotten them off the hood.
Well, I didn't know what kid did it.
If you saw them doing it, might you want them to pay? Well, that's what's happening here. But
what I'm saying is, I didn't know anything about it. Carl never mentioned it. She just called me out the blue. So I told her, I said, I can't do anything. You haven't proven to me that he did anything. You haven't shown me any pictures. I don't know if he did it or not. Like you said, it was a party. It was a bunch of kids. It could have been anybody. I can't say it was my kid or anybody else's kid.
Investigation, didn't you?
Well, I mean, that's what I told her because that's what I was saying.
Wait, what did you do? Because I want to hear about the investigation that you did.
I went outside. I'm short, and I have a Pontiac G6. So I went outside, and I leaned up against the car, and then I climbed on top of the car, and I sat on it. And when I got off, I didn't hear no or no dent or no bump. So, like I told him, I said, you must have a heavier butt than I have because my butt didn't dent my car. So how did you leaning up against a car dent a car? I just didn't understand. And personally honest, I wanted to see for myself. And the only way I could do it was to go outside and do it.
Okay, did you ever see her car?
I've never seen her car, never seen any pictures, never, nothing.
The dent didn't look like that when he first did it.
Oh, it looked worse?
Yeah.
$387, that's a reasonable price. I think it's pretty obvious from his text that he, who was there, thinks he did it. How much? You're like actually feeling bad about how much it is, and you're saying things like, "I'm going to try to get the 87, but you pay me the 300. Okay, that's cool." I think it's obvious from what happened that night that he thinks he did it. I think when you hear the unmistakable crunch of metal, you know that there's something just happened right under your behind. Was there something else you wanted to say? Because I love listening to you.
I just want to say one thing. Carl is a college student just like India. Carl doesn't have a job.
Well, then he's going to have to get one. He's going to have to wash some cars, walk some dogs, babysit something. He's going to have to get one because he's going to have to pony up a judgment of $387 because that's what happens. It's an accident, but you still have to pay for accidents. They don't come free. She's not going to eat it. It wasn't her fault. I'd highly recommend you not let people around your car, but I do find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the full $387.
Well, the defendant did the damage. The defendant has to pay for it. You got any problem with that line of thinking?
I really feel like I still ain't do it because before I sat down, I didn't see if it was a dent there, so it possibly could have been a dent there. And after I sat down, it still could have been there afterwards. So, I mean, it really is what it is.
If let's say you did, it was attributable to you, you feel your responsibility to pay for it?
Yeah, but I mean, I would have went with my mechanic because my mechanic could have did it probably even for cheaper because that little dent, there's no way it should be $387.
Any last words of wisdom for Carl before we send him on his way?
He needs to make his own decisions.
All right. He's going to have to get a job and do some paying? All right. Okay, Mom. OG. All right, head right down there. All right, so step on in here. All right, you win your case. How you feeling coming out of the courtroom about it?
I feel good. I feel like justice was served.
What about people leaning on your car in the future, looking after this gift that you got for graduation here? Shouldn't you take a little bit better care of it?
Yes.
That make you feel all right? You satisfied?
Oh, I am very satisfied.
Okay.
Yes, hope they can post that and tweet that too.
All right. Okay, Harvey?
Simple fact is the defendant was negligent by sitting on the car. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Kevin Hatton. He says he and the defendant, his twin brother, went out one night, got drunk, got into an argument, and the guy threw a punch at him. That's right, his own flesh and blood kneed him in the face, broke his nose, and gave him 2 black eyes. When he asked his brother to pay the hospital bill, the louse told him to shove off. He's suing for $2,375.90, the amount of his bills, lost work, and pain and suffering. This is the defendant, Darren Hatton. He says he and the plaintiff got into a wrestling match. Things escalated, and his nose was somehow broken. When his brother asked him to pay the hospital bill, he told him no. If you get into a fight with a stranger, would you ask the stranger to pay the bills? No. You just walk away and take your lumps. And that's what his brother needs to do. He's accused of not showing brotherly love.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff is suing his twin brother because he says the brother punched him in the face and broke his nose. But the defendant says it was a wrestling match that just escalated. It's the case of unbrotherly love.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Okay, Kevin Hatton, you are oh, goodness.
That's what I said.
Twins? Again? In the same day? You never know what to expect on the People's Court. Oh, that's so sad. Does your mother know you're here?
Yes.
Kevin Hatton, you are suing Darren Hatton, your identical twin brother, for $2,375.90 in pain and suffering and hospital bills and wages because, according to you, he assaulted you and broke your nose.
Yes, he did.
Oh, this is so sad.
I thought they weren't supposed to fight. I thought twins kind of...
I thought you guys were supposed to have some, like, second sense of each other, not destroy each other. Go ahead. What's going on?
Well, we went out one night for our friend's surprise party in Manhattan. We were having a good time. We were drinking. Comes to 4 in the morning. I'm telling him, let's go home. He's saying, no, he doesn't want to go home. Shoving match starts.
Who starts the shoving match?
I would say him.
You would say him, but you're not sure.
I would say him.
Well, if you would say him, then you're not sure, right?
You know, went back and forth for a couple of seconds. He threw a punch. I threw a punch back at him. We started wrestling, and as I went to get up, his knee hit my nose and broke it.
On purpose?
He says no. I say otherwise.
Have you guys ever fought before?
Oh, always. Times.
How old are you?
34.
You're 34 and you physically fist fight with each other like you're 12?
We're brothers. It happens.
No, it doesn't happen in my family. Brothers don't fist fight. It doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen.
It doesn't have to, but it does.
Are you serious?
Of course.
What happened?
Like he said, we went out. I wanted to go to another bar. He didn't want to, and started arguing, started fighting. And that's what happened. I hit him with my knee and broke his nose.
Yeah, but who started the fighting? Who started the shoving? And who hit first? Like, I need details. Neither one of you even knows. Stop. You're looking at each other for the answer.
No.
Neither one of you even know who started it, do you?
No.
You don't know? You don't know?
Both of us, I would say.
So, do you feel bad?
Of course I feel bad.
Did you go see him in the hospital?
No.
Why not? Too soon?
Yeah, basically too soon.
Well, when did you finally see your brother?
The next day.
And? Did he have bandages on his nose? Did he actually break it?
Yes. Yeah, it was broken. It looked hard. I still can't look him in the face.
Why? Because there's no symmetry anymore? It's going a little bit sideways?
I haven't looked him in the face.
I think it's only fair that you let him break your nose, so that way you're still identical. Why
Two
not?
wrongs don't make a right.
No? Well, then he wants you to pay for the nose because you ended up breaking his nose. What say you to that?
So is it especially weird when twins sue each other? You have a kid, so let me ask.
Yeah, it is weird because they're like the same person, so.
Is that right? I mean, that's what I'm getting at. Are they like the same person?
No, they're two different people.
Yeah. Is it weirder that twins sue each other than a brother and another brother?
No.
Same thing?
Same.
Okay, I don't buy it. Go inside the courtroom.
See, if you guys are 34 years old, still acting like you're 10, having fist fights and wrestling matches that escalate to fist fights, And no one really, and it happens how long? How often? Let me use your words, because they're so priceless.
Once a year.
Once a year, we have a good one. We're used to having brawls and have a good one at least once a year, but never had one this bad.
Never.
Why is that funny to you guys? It's awful. You know, have you ever heard of, there's a term, I was a prosecutor for years, and there's a term called a one-punch homicide. Do you know you get one good punch in and somebody hits their head against the concrete, they're dead. And it's not reversible. I mean, why is that like okay that you guys have these physical fights? It's not okay.
No, heat of the moment, you don't think of all that.
Well, maybe you should think.
Of
because the
course.
rest of us manage to, in the heat of the moment, think about it, and the rest of us don't do what would feel good. We contain ourselves, right? So maybe you guys need to learn a little self-restraint. What were you going to say?
The reason why it's like the brotherly rule. When you get to fight your brother, you're not supposed to punch him in the face. He punched
He
in the face and then he broke the nose.
brotherly fist fights.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of foreign to me.
I haven't heard that ever. I got a lot of brothers.
Yeah, you guys don't just have a good one at least once a year? You don't do that?
Unheard of.
Do you have pictures?
Oh, I do. It's in my phone.
Let me see them.
Is the phone off? You gotta bring it up.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Just let me know when it's up.
It's right here.
Apologize to your brother. Apologize to your brother.
He can't even do it.
He can't even. Have you apologized to him before now?
Yes.
Oh.
You put me on the spot. That's
Why is that so hard? If you apologized to him before now, it shouldn't have been that hard right now. You should have said, I did, and I'm sorry. You know what? Disgusting. Are your parents here? Do you have parents?
No, my mother stood home. Our mother stood home, excuse me.
Because she didn't want to take sides?
No.
Well, she can't take sides. What's she going to do, stand in the middle?
I'm her favorite.
Oh, look at those black eyes.
Pictures don't look too good for me.
Hold on one second. You know what? You're both idiots. You're identical idiots. I'm serious.
Thank you.
I'm serious. We're chuckling, you know, but it's not a chuckling matter. Of
course not.
This is, look at him. Look at him. Look at his nose. Look at his nose. Look at him. Okay? You're 34 years old. You're really too big for this. Cut it out. Stop doing this. And if you can't stop doing it, don't go out drinking together. Don't overdrink. Don't go out together. Figure something out, because this truly isn't right. This isn't like macho. It's not cute. It's it has a very serious effect this time. And the effect is that he's never going to be identical to you again. And the problem is it's both your faults. It's, you're both at it. You're both responsible, so you're going to share what it costs to get it fixed. Unbelievable. I find in favor of the plaintiff and half of his claim, $1,187.95. Lay off each other.
All right, here come the guys out here. So you stand on this side right over here, and you stand next to me right over. Right here's good. Right here's good. There they are. The identical twins, and they paid identical amounts. Well, so what do you think of that verdict?
I guess it was fair. What else am I going to do? I heard him. It sucked. I should have got all of it. Half.
Are you guys, buddies?
Of course.
Right?
Like you said, once a year we get into a good one.
I know, but what about in between the good ones?
No, we're brothers. We love each other. We see each other every day.
Okay.
We have our moments.
All right. You think this will happen again somewhere in the next year or so?
Hopefully not. But maybe.
When you look at his nose, what does it make you feel?
Bad. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that to anybody, especially your brother, twin brother, no less.
All right, guys. I want to apologize for breaking my brother's leg when we were kids. Also, at this point, Cliff, I'm sorry. All right, head right around the corner with Officer McIntosh. Okay, Harvey.
Okay, so this is called comparative negligence, where the judge can look at the conduct of both the plaintiff and the defendant and figure out how responsible they are, and then award damages accordingly. In this case, it was 50-50, the judge said. So basically, the person who's aggrieved, the plaintiff, gets 50% of his damages.